Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and these ancient words from Proverbs have never been more true than in those chaotic motherhood moments when you're about to respond to your child. Will your words bring life or something else? Beautiful mamas, I'm so glad you joined me today. I'm Debbie Page, and as a mother, a grandmother, and a woman of faith, I've discovered something transformative about motherhood that no one prepared me for. And the most powerful growth in our mothering, it's not about mastering schedules or discipline. It's about developing emotional wisdom that transforms how we respond in those daily pressure cooker moments. So today I'll share 7 phrases that can completely change your family's atmosphere. We've all been there. It's 5:30, it's dinner time, the kids are hungry and bickering, and suddenly you hear a crash from another room. And in these moments, our default responses often emerge without thought. How many times have I told you? Why can't you just listen to me? I don't have time for this right now. These reflexive phrases come from a place of frustration, overwhelm, and sometimes fear. They're completely human and understandable. But here's the thing. Motherhood isn't just about caring for our children. It's also about our own growth and our spiritual maturity. The challenges of raising children aren't just tests of our patience, they're invitations to develop a deeper emotional and spiritual wisdom. And what if I told you that replacing some of these default responses with more intentional phrases could not only diffuse tension in your home, but also model emotional maturity for your children? And what if your words could actually create a family of culture, of understanding, growth, and grace? The Proverbs, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. This isn't just poetic language, it's a profound truth about how our words shape our reality. And when we speak, we're not just communicating information, but we're creating an atmosphere. Our words can build up or tear down. They can invite connection or create distance. They can escalate tension or diffuse it. And as mothers, we set the emotional tone in our homes. Our children are constantly watching us, learning from us. How do we handle stress, disappointment, uncertainty, and conflict? And when we respond with emotional immaturity, we're just not solving the problem. But here's the grace in this message. None of us get it right all the time. In our communication, it's a journey. It's not about perfection, but it's about progress. And here's a toolbox. It's a responses that and values that we want to instill in our children. So let's explore 7 phrases that can really increase our growth as mothers and also transform those tense moments when we're wanting to nurture our children's hearts. There's 7 phrases that really signal growth. And the first one is, I need a moment to think about this. Don't be afraid to say that. I need a moment to think about this. The simple phrase, it creates space between the stimulus and the response. And when emotions are high, our thinking brain goes offline and we react from our primitive brain. And by pausing, we allow our thinking to come back online. And this isn't just about avoiding the issue, it's about responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Teaches our children that it's okay to take time to process emotions before responding. That's a crucial life skill. Number 2, I'm feeling overwhelmed right now. That's okay, say that. Naming our feelings helps us manage them. And when we acknowledge our feelings and our overwhelm, we model emotional awareness for our children. This phrase is honest and vulnerable, showing our children that all emotions are acceptable and can be expressed appropriately. This isn't complaining. It's demonstrating healthy emotional processing. It also helps our children understand that mom is human too, with real feelings and limitations. And number 3, let's look at this from another perspective. This phrase invites curiosity and empathy. It moves us from a rigid position to a stance of understanding. When siblings are fighting or a child is upset about something, this phrase can open up new ways of seeing the situation. It teaches our children that there are multiple perspectives to any situation and that seeking understanding from others' viewpoints is valuable. This is the foundation of empathy and conflict resolution. Number 4, I made a mistake and I'm sorry. These might be the most powerful words that we can speak to our children or to any person. Admitting our mistakes models humility and accountability. It shows our children that making mistakes is human and that taking responsibility is honorable. When we apologize sincerely, we're not diminishing our authority. We're strengthening it through authenticity. We're giving our children permission to acknowledge their own mistakes and learn from them. Number 5, I'm not sure, but let's find out together. Many times I say that and have said that. As mothers, we often feel pressure to have all the answers. This phrase releases that pressure and invites collaborative learning. It models intellectual humility and a love for discovery. When we say this to our children, we're teaching them that knowledge is a journey, not a destination. We're fostering curiosity and showing them how to seek answers when they don't know something. Number 6, this is difficult, but we can handle it together. This phrase acknowledges challenges while affirming capability. It builds resilience by teaching children that difficulty doesn't equal impossibility. When we face challenges together, we strengthen our bond and build confidence. This language, it creates a sense of teamwork and shared purpose in your family. And it teaches children that they don't have to face hard things alone. And number 7, I'm listening and trying to understand. And I have to say that quite a lot to my little guy that's 4, my grandson. This phrase creates space for our children to express themselves. So we're communicating value and respect for them, and then when we listen to understand rather than to respond, we deepen our connection with our children. We also teach them how to be good listeners in their own relationships. So there is a biblical foundation for mature responses. These phrases aren't just good communication strategies. They're deeply rooted in biblical wisdom. In Proverbs 15, it reminds us that a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. And in James, he encourages us to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Ephesians instructs us to speak words that build others up according to their needs. And this language we use as mothers isn't just about effective parenting. It's about reflecting the character of Christ in our homes. When we speak with patience, kindness, and self-control, we're living out the fruit of the Spirit described in Galatians. And our words can be a tangible expression of God's grace to our children, not because we say everything perfectly, but because we're growing in our awareness of how powerful our words truly are. So here's some practical applications for all of this. How do we incorporate these phrases into our daily lives, especially when we're tired, stressed, or triggered? And so here's some 3 practical approaches. First, prepare in advance. Post these phrases somewhere visible in your home, maybe in lots of different places, and practice them during calm moments so they become more accessible during stressful ones. Just like any new skill, learning these phrases, it takes practice. Second, create pause rituals. Develop simple ways to create space between trigger and response. This might be taking a deep breath, saying a quick prayer, or physically stepping back. This small pause can make a huge difference in how you respond. Third, extend grace to yourself. You won't use these phrases perfectly or consistently, especially at first. You'll fall back into some reactive patterns, but don't shame yourself. Instead, see it as an opportunity to model recovery and repair for your children. And remember, this isn't about being a perfect mother. It's about being a growing mother. Each time you choose a thoughtful response over a reactive one, you're strengthening new neural pathways and creating new patterns of communication in your family. So think of one challenging situation you regularly face with your children. Which of these 7 phrases might help in that situation? And commit to trying it this week and notice what shifts both in your child's response and in how you feel about your interaction. So dear beautiful mothers, your words matter profoundly. They're shaping your children's understanding of themselves, of relationships, and of God. But this isn't meant to be a burden. It's an invitation to growth and grace. Every day brings new opportunities to speak life into your home. Each challenging moment as a chance to choose words that heal rather than hurt, that connect rather than condemn. We want to always thank our Heavenly Father for the gift of language and the privilege of motherhood, that He gives us wisdom for our words, that He helps us speak truth and grace and patience and understanding. And when we fall short, let Him remind us that His mercies are new every moment. Thank you for joining me today, and remember, we're not just raising children. You're raising adults, future adults. They're going to listen to you, and the things that you teach them are going to echo in their hearts for years. Practice these new phrases and see how your family starts to flourish. And until tomorrow, have a beautiful and a blessed day.